Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today we are going to discuss and explain the present simple tense, the first tense of all tenses. But before we are talking about the present simple tense, we are going to give you information about why we are studying tenses. We are studying tenses because we want to talk correctly with others, especially foreigners. If you are talking with a foreigner and you said, I'm going to school yesterday, he will not understand your point. You shall say, I went to school yesterday. And if you said, I went to school tomorrow, this is not correct. It must be, I will go to school tomorrow. So we study tenses to give a point to the listener, and it is correct for him. So we are going to study these tenses to speak well with others. Let's begin with the present simple tense. If you are talking about the present simple tense, we shall discuss some points. The first point is formation. The second one is usage. The third one will be the keyword. And we will finish that with the negative shape and the question. How to make a question on a sentence that is present simple. These are the 4 points we are going to explain during our lesson. Let's start with the formation. If we are talking about the formation of the present simple tense, we shall say that it has 2 shapes. The first shape is the verb in the infinitive shape, without any addition, without s, without ing, or without ed. And this shape comes with pronouns like I, we, you, and they. Of course, with the plural noun. So, if we are going to give some examples about this, we will say, you tea and I the bed. Every day. This sentence is in the present simple tense. And we have here for the first space, we have make, makes, and made. For the second space, we will have tidy, tied, and titled. If we are going to choose, we shall first look carefully. In this part, we have you, and in that part, we have I. These pronouns take the verb in the infinitive shape if it is present simple tense. So here, we are going to choose from make and make. And because we have here you, we will take make. This is correct. This is not correct. And this is in the past simple tense, not the present. For the second space, We have tidy and tidied. These are the present simple shapes of the verb. So, if we are going to choose, we shall use tidy. Why? Because we have here the pronoun I. This is for the first shape of the present simple tense. Let's go to the second shape. Again, we are in the formation of the verb in the present simple tense. The second shape will be the verb plus addition like S, ES, or IES. When shall we put? We put S in verbs like close, open, and other verbs. If we want to put these verbs in the present simple tense, we shall put S at the end of each one. When shall we put ES? We put ES if the verb ends in CH, SH, X, O, Z. These are the endings that need ES at the end of the verb to be present simple tense. Like fix. It will be fixed. Watch. It will be watched, and so on. When shall we put IES? We put IES if the verb ends in Y and it is preceded with a consonant. As we know that we have in our phonetic transcription, we have consonants and we have vowels. If the verb has Y at the end of it, and before the Y we have a consonant, so we shall replace Y with I and put ES. Like what? Like try. It ends in Y. So we omit the Y and change it into IES. But before we are going to discuss some examples, we shall know when we put the verb plus SES and ES and IES, that will be if we have pronouns like he, she, it, and of course the singular noun. If we have a singular noun, we shall put a verb plus SES or IES. Let's have an example to confirm our word. My friend is that. The news him says. We have two spaces here. For the first space, we have choices like tells, and told. For the second space, we have make, and made. If we regard this sentence as a present simple tense sentence, we shall choose from here. In the first part, we choose from tell and tell. And there, for the second space, we shall choose from make and make. Let's begin with the first space. The first space says that my friend, and my friend is a singular noun. It's a singular noun. So it will take SES or IES. It will not take a verb in the infinitive shape. So we will choose tell. Let's go to the second part. For the second part, we don't know if the word that is before the space is singular or not. This is a trick. We shall take care of this trick. There are some words in English like the news, furniture, information, advice, equipment, experience, and so on. These words are regarded as singular. They are not singular. They are uncountable words, but they are regarded as singular. So, if we are going to put a verb after these words, like news, furniture, and so on, we shall use the verb plus s, not the infinitive shape. We have finished the formation of the present simple tense. Let's start another point. If we are going to talk here about the usage, pay attention, folks. The usage of the present simple tense. It is used for the first point for facts. How many kinds of facts do we have in our life? I'll discuss just 3 of them. I'll discuss facts that express about science, the scientific fact, and the natural one, and of course the logical one. Let's have some examples about these 3 facts. If we are going to give an example about scientific facts, we shall say hot water space at the sky. Or in the sky, in the shape of vapor. We have choices like rise, rose, or rise. This sentence is a present simple tense. Why? Because we are talking here about scientific facts. We can't express about facts in other tense but the present simple one. So we are going to choose from rise, the infinitive bar, and rise it. And this is not correct. Which one of these choices is the correct one? Yes, it rises. Correct. Why? Because water here is singular. We can't count water, so it is regarded as a singular noun, and the singular noun, as we said before, takes a verb plus s. Let's go to the second one. The natural fact. As all of us know that the earth round the sun. We have choices like go, goes, and wins. Which one of these choices is the correct one? Of course, we are talking about natural facts, so we shall use the present simple tense as the example before. So we will choose between go and goes. This is the infinitive shape, and this is the infinitive shape plus es. But when is a past simple tense, it's not correct. So which one of these verbs is the correct one? Let's go to the noun before the space. The noun here is the earth. Correct. A singular again. So we are going to choose which one? Which one? Which one? Yes, it's gold. Correct. Let's go to the logical fact. Again, we are talking about the usage of the present simple tense, and we still talking about facts. The last one of the facts is the logical one, which all people accept without thinking. A child, I'll give an example without space. A child, of course, because a child is a singular noun. Goes to school at the age of 6. We use here the present simple tense because we are talking about logical facts. That's correct. Let's go to another point for using the present simple tense. The second point will be habits. If we are talking about habits, we have here two different habits: individual habits and public ones. Let's give you some examples about individual habits and public ones. For individual habits, Mr. up early every day. Mr. Munir does the same thing every day. So he gets up early every day. Why did we use the present simple tense in this sentence? Because it's talking about Mr. Munir's habit. It's an individual habit. It's an individual habit for Mr. Munir's only. This habit, the Egyptian, the feast in Ramadan, or after Ramadan, after Ramadan. This is a public habit. Why? Because all Egyptians, all Muslims in Egypt celebrate the feast after Ramadan. Let's go to the third point for using the present simple tense. The third point will be comment. We have two different comments: sports comment and story comment, the plot. For a match or something like this, you will say player number 10 goes past. You are describing the match. You are describing the match with the present simple tense. Goes past all other players. And score. Of course, it will be scored a goal. This is for sports comment. Let's try the story comment. If you are talking about story or telling the story or the plot of the story, you are describing it. So you will say the hero in chapter 1 saved, not saved, not well saved, saved from kidnappers. Present simple for story comment and present simple also for sports comment. This is for the usage. We are still in the usage of the present simple tense. Let's go to another point. We are still in the usage of the present simple tense. It's also used for giving direction. If you are giving direction for a lost one, a lost person, you will say your directions in a present simple tense. Like what? You go straight. Then turn left. Present simple and simple. Another point, the fifth one, if you are telling or saying the instruction. If someone bought a new machine and he wants to know how to operate this machine, of course he will open the box and get the pamphlet and he will read this pamphlet. What shall he say about the word in the book? He will say that the leaflet inside the book tells him that you, the buyer of this machine, you open the box, then you press the green button. Sorry. Press the green button. And so on. Here we use open, open and press. These are present simple verbs. Let's talk about other points. We use the present simple tense to express about them. We are still in the usage of the present simple tense. Other points will be, the sixth one, it will be with conjunction. There are some conjunctions in our English grammar, in English language, that we use the present simple tense after them if the other sentence will be in the future shape. Like what? Like as soon as, after, before, when, until, and if. We have here two sentences. If the second sentence is future with will and infinitive, of course you are going to use the present simple tense in the first sentence. Let's give you an example. As soon as Ali arrived, We will call the other. As we said that if we use the future in the second sentence, we shall use a present simple in the first one. This is for conjunction. Other points, we use the present simple tense also for telling the future. Oh, the future? Yes. If we are talking about timetable, you will use the present simple tense to express about the future. Like what? The plane will leave or leave at 9. If you are talking about the plane or the taking off of the plane or the arrival of the plane or the landing of the plane, you are talking according to a timetable. So you will use the present simple tense. So here we will use takes off. Let's go to the 8th one. It will be about some expressions. We have some expressions in our English grammar. After these expressions, we use the present simple tense. Like what? Like the word here, there. Why don't? Let's give you an example. Here, Ali, come. Why don't you leave? And so on. The last one will be the verbs. Which verb? Stative verbs. As we know that there are some stative verbs in English that couldn't be put in the continuous shape. So, if we are talking about present action or a present event, and we want to use some or one of these verbs, we shall use them in the present simple shape. Which verbs are stated? Verbs that talking about our thinking, like think, want, need, and so on. Verbs that talking about possession, like have, own, belong, possess. Verbs that are talking about our feeling, like love, hate, envy, and so on. Verbs that are talking about our senses, like touch, smell, and so on. These are the verbs that will not take ing at the end of it, either with the past continuous or the present continuous. So we put them in the present simple tense to express about an action in the present tense or in the present tense. Let's talk about another point of the present simple tense. We here are going to talk about key words. we have some keywords that express about the present simple tense. Like what? Like, usually, every, never, often, or, sometimes. These are the main words that express about the present simple tense. We have subordinate words. Like what? Like, generally, frequently, occasionally, and the negative words like seldom, hardly, scarcely, and rarely. These are the key words of the present simple tense. Let's give you some examples about keywords. Examples, keywords again, and examples. Sometimes Ahmed, home, say home, early. We have some choices here like come, came, is coming, and come. Which one of this, which one of this, of these is the correct one? As we know that we have used here sometimes. It's a word that expresses about the present simple tense. So we shall use from, I have put it here, not correct here, yes. So we shall use either comes or comes. And that depends on the noun or the pronoun that's before that phrase. Let's look at the noun. It's Ahmad. It's a singular one. The singular takes comes or comes. Yes, of course, it comes. Correct. That's correct. Another example, Omar leaves his bag in his class. We have some keywords here like tomorrow, usually, nearly, and yesterday. If you are going to choose, let's look at the verb. Where is the verb? Where is the verb? Of course, it is leave. Leave has S at the end of it, so it's a present simple tense. The infinitive is leave, but this verb is the present simple tense because it has an ending S. So we are going to choose a word or a keyword that expresses the present simple tense. Here, tomorrow, no. Future, yesterday, no. Of course, it's past. Nearly and usually. Nearly, no. Of course, it will be usually. This is the keyword that expresses about the present simple tense. Let's go to the last point. The last point will be the negative and how to make a question on a sentence that is in the present simple tense. If we are going to make a negative sentence which is in the present simple tense, we shall use either don't plus infinitive, and that if the verb is infinitive. Or we shall use doesn't plus infinitive, be careful, infinitive, if the verb has S at the end of it. And we could use never plus infinitive or plus S with each verb. For question, we shall use does or do. But if you use does or do, you shall put the verb in the infinitive shape. To have an example or examples about this, let's give you some examples. My father doesn't a car. Has or has. Of course, we will choose have. Why? Why we will choose have? Here we have my father. It's singular. So the singular takes has. But here we have doesn't. Doesn't shall take an infinitive verb after it. Question. What does Adel say? We have do and does. Which one will be the correct one? Of course, it will be do. Why? We have here Adel. He is a singular noun. Adel shall take does. No, because we are in a question. And here we have does as an auxiliary verb in the question, so we shall put do. My dear students, we have finished our lesson today. I wish you good luck